With us on Checkpoint, let's look at House of Cards now. The National Assembly and the Senate are this week expected to hold special sittings to debate, among other issues, the Building Bridges Initiative report. This debate comes amid heated debate over whether to reopen the document for amendment before subjecting it to a referendum. On this week's House of Cards, KTN senior political reporter Murimi Mwangi highlights key hurdles to the BBI process and seeks to explain why pressure mount on initiative co-principals President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga to resolve this squabbling that now threatens to derail the entire process.
Launched against the backdrop of street demonstrations by the opposition anchored on a delegitimization campaign of President Uhuru Kenyatta's second administration, the Building Bridges Initiative got off to a bumpy ride. Acrimony that now characterizes the home stretch of the ceasefire deal, as differences escalate between allies of the initiative's co-principals, President Kenyatta and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, on whether the document needs further panel beating.
Any person purporting to bring any amendment on the content, either adding or removing any item in the BBI report, will be resisted because it cannot happen.
Any clause that we find that is going to be offensive to the Constitution, for any clause that we think does not portray the intended purpose, will be amended. And we will amend it, that's for sure. Because that's then our role as Parliament. Parliamentary role cannot be and will never be ceremonial.
The National Assembly and the Senate are set to reconvene this week for special sittings to discuss, among other things, the BBI bill. Key contentious aspects of the document include the methodology for creation of 70 new constituencies, which Odinga allies claim is not only skewed in favor of Kenyatta's Mount Kenya backyard, but also encroaches into the electoral body IEBC's exclusive mandate to review constituency boundaries. Legally, review of electoral units has to be concluded not later than a year to the polls, by at least August 2nd this year. This with a High Court order still in force, barring IEBC from advancing the BBI to referendum, until several court cases challenging the initiative are heard and determined.
The ayes have it.
This pressure was recently escalated by calls for a thorough investigation to establish how over 30 county assemblies ended up debating erroneous versions of the bill, despite the document originating from the government printer.
The speakers of the houses would have to tell us how these documents came into their possession, unless what was transmitted to them, now the certificate accompanied a foreign document, which could not have come from the chair of IEBC and would definitely not have been what was laid out before the county assembly.
Those are matters of hygiene that can be dealt with by the House of Parliament to correct minor errors, like where there's a comma, where a full stop should have been, maybe it is not there, where there should have been a capital W, there's not there. Those are the kind of things that we're saying for the hygiene of the document, then the House can deal with that.
By the way, according to the advice that we were given by the experts, we cannot amend the bill. So therefore, if we cannot amend, then what will the National Assembly consider? What will Senate consider? So therefore, us in the Senate, if we shall endorse the bill, we shall endorse an erroneous bill.
This to me is just another attempt to give the judiciary a reason to stop BBI. And I say this remembering that the former Chief Justice, very unethically, I must say, left office inciting judges to issue orders against BBI. He openly called for judges to stop BBI.
The destination for this document is Parliament. Bring it on so that we can vote it up and down. But even if we vote it down, still is the people's property. It has to go there for them to say no or yes. But I don't think there's major issue. Those who are which appeared in the newspapers that is being sabotaged, I think we are on track.
No longer just a post-election ceasefire deal, but a document with serious ramifications on next year's election. The BBI process yet again recasts the spotlight on Kenyatta and Odinga as their troops prepare to debate and approve or reject the document in Parliament. Murami Mwangi, KTN News in Nairobi.
So we're going to keep our eyes on the BBI bill, but for now I want us to have a conversation with Gabriel Mudhuma, who's a political analyst, is joining us on Zoom. We're also speaking to Ambrose Weda, who's a political analyst and a legal mind as well. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me this evening on Checkpoint. Thank you for your time. So just before we begin this conversation, it's important to realize that it has now come to the attention of Kenyans that a record 32 county assemblies debated the BBI bill containing the errors as per that story. So the co-chairs of the Justice and Legal